All right, guys. Well, welcome in. We've got another Before the Hedges. And listen, we've been ripping and rolling with these special guests. We had Jalen Walker 2 weeks ago. We had Big Bear Alexander last week. And I was like, what can the people get on Thanksgiving to fill them up with Georgia football recruiting? How about, I think, one of the most charismatic dudes in the class, one of the most interesting dudes in the class, and an undecided target in the class. That would be none other than Christian Miller. Fat Chris 7. Christian, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Like I told Jeff, I feel amazing. I feel good. Tomorrow we got walkthroughs. If you're doing walkthroughs on Thanksgiving, you know you're living right. And we finna eat right tomorrow. I ain't gonna eat too much. I got a game on Friday. But we doing good, man. We blessed. It's a blessing to be on here, man. Appreciate you, Jeff.
Christian, now this is the big thing, man. We're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving because it's on everybody's mind. I need to know two things. I need to know, one, are you eating like a kicker and a punter and a skill guy? And then two, what are the go-tos that are going to be on the Fat Chris 7 plate on Thanksgiving dinner?
Look, the go-tos. If I don't have nothing, I gotta have macaroni and yams. That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't gotta have nothing else. That's all I need. Macaroni and yams. That's all I need. That's all I can have.
No, but that I think you told me you're gonna stick to one plate. You got one shot at this, one opportunity, like an Eminem song. But I bet that plate's gonna look like a kicker, or it's gonna be like a zero tech trying to fit in a kicker shoulder pads, right? That thing's gonna be
Hey,
overflowing.
look. My coach said don't be. My coach said at practice that he said don't be getting 3-5 plates. He said don't be having the gravy coming on the sides, and don't be. He said don't be fat tomorrow. He said you can be fat on Saturday, Sunday after the game, but don't be fat tomorrow. So tomorrow is gonna be straight kicker, wide receiver play. It's gonna be easy, but like I told you, I get one chance, and that one chance, I'm going crazy. Macaroni, collard greens, rice, everything. I'm a country boy at heart, so I'm gonna get everything.
Christian, is it Thanksgiving? Is it lunchtime or is it dinner time? When do you guys have your family meal?
I know for me, I got practice from 9 to 10:30. But knowing my family, man, we gonna be late. We late for everything, so we can't make no times for nothing. We ain't gonna say 6:30 because we say 6:30, it's gonna be 8:30. We can't say
Right.
4:30 because it's 4:30 when 6:30. So it's gonna be in the middle of the day. It's gonna be like right around 3, 4. I ain't gonna make no time. It's just gonna be right around that, right around when the sun coming down. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna eat. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Christian, you gonna let your phone eat on IG? Or you gonna, like, whenever you're eating, you gonna show the people on your Instagram story? You gonna do something like that?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a little video. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm with Bae. I'm with my, I'm with my wife. I'm gonna have my plate right next to me. I'm gonna be like, I'm with my wife. Now I gotta show the folks what I'm eating. It's good spirit. It's good food for your spirit. It's spiritual food, you know. So I gotta let them know what's going on.
So, Christian, you mentioned it earlier in the open. You're practicing on Thanksgiving, but I mean, the Saints are basically playing the Pope this week. They've got Miguel Patrick, your former head coach. Cedar Grove and Crisp County go way, way back, but now there's another wrinkle, another little bit of Texas hot sauce on the rivalry. Your former coach, a guy that you owe a lot of success, a lot of your success to, a lot of your inspiration to.
Yeah.
He's coaching on the other sideline. What's that going to be like for you on Friday night?
Man. First of all, I want to say, man, Coach Pat he has taken my game to the next level. He has helped me as not only as a player but as a person. And him and Coach L, and I will forever thank them for that, you know. And they just good guys, hands down. And I feel like this game gonna be played the right way, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And I told them when they left, I said, man, Coach, go be great. I said, Coach, I'm proud of you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you get all the success you can. But I told him, I said, if we get the chance to play y'all, I said it's gonna be live. So we're gonna be turned up. It's gonna be a game. I said we're gonna go at it. But it's gonna be a good game Friday. I want everybody to pop out and come watch that. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be lit.
Christian, you feel like you're at your best when your best is required? Are you playing your best football of your high school career right now?
Man, I'm playing my best, but I feel like it's so much more in the tank for me. You know, I'm so focused. I'm so focused. I'm so locked in to what I'm doing right now because this is my senior season. You know, I want to state championship in 10th grade, but I feel like this year this is my team. I feel like this team is on my back. So I feel like I really gotta help my guys, and my guys, they helping me every day. They encouraging me just to keep going, because it get hard. It get hard sometimes. Just seeing my brothers and my teammates smiling and see that they going and to see that they really want this and we really want this bad. We just trying to get to the next level. And that next level is state championship. But we taking it week by week. So we got Chris County. We gonna take it week by week. But I really want this, and I feel like I'm playing my best every week. I'm playing on offensive line, so I'm putting a little syrup on these boys on offensive line, and then D line. I'm getting off the ball. That's me. I'm gonna get off King, so I'm gonna get off the rock every time. So and no plays off. That's why I try to have no plays off. I don't want no plays off. So I'm very hard on myself when it comes to that.
So let's do a couple plugs before we get into the recruiting stuff. Fat Chris 7, that's where you can find him on Twitter. I think we've got screenshots of that. You can find him on YouTube. He's got his own personal vlog on Christian Miller YouTube as well. He's also got an Instagram. I believe that's Fat Chris 7 as well. We're going to show the folks screenshots of where you can go. And I mean, the guy's only got 4,100 followers on Twitter. He's way too entertaining to only have 4,100 followers on Twitter. So you guys if you want to do a quality public service, you want to do something great for Thanksgiving, if you want to be entertained the rest of your life, follow Christian Miller on all those platforms, and you'll be a happier man, happier lady.
Look, Jeff ain't never lied. He ain't never lied to me, and I don't think he's going to lie to y'all. So y'all go show some love, man. It's always good vibes. Yes, sir.
So let me see, Christian. There was Georgia. Well, first there was USC, and then there was Georgia, and then there was Ohio State, and then USC exits stage right. And now it sounds to me, it's Ohio State, and it's Georgia. And then there's a new contender, which would be Coach Saban and the GOATs over there in Tuscaloosa. Can you tell me what sort of wild card now coming in out of left field is Alabama? What role do they play in your recruitment now?
Man, like the other schools, they play a big role. Every school got a role to me, and they both playing them. I'm just playing my role, and I'm just trying to see what role can I best fit in. So, Ohio State got a great program. I feel like I fit into their scheme real well. Georgia, great coaches, great environment. I fit into their scheme real well too. And Alabama, I fit into their scheme too. So that's why it's a lot of good things about all these schools, and that's why they're my top 3 right now. So, and that's solid. That's the hats that's gonna be at the All-American Bowl. That's them the hats that's gonna be on that table.
How did Coach Saban explain that they were getting into the game a little bit late, but maybe was it a question of better late than never? How did they introduce themselves into your recruiting and say, well, we have internet in Tuscaloosa, but we just finally looked at the film or whatever? What was their rationale for why they finally jumped in here late on you?
I don't really know. I can't speak for them, but all I know is, on my part, I know for a long time, I know I started playing football 3 years ago, so I knew I wasn't excelled as all the rest of the athletes, but I knew that if I wanted to be excelled like I am now, and I'm still trying to get somewhere, I knew I had to put that work in and go grind. So over the time of me grinding with my coaches at Cedar Grove and me grinding with Chuck and just elevating and them just seeing like my progression, because I feel like I progressed fast, like real fast as a football player. So I feel like that offer wasn't given at all. I earned that. I earned every last bit of my offers, and I earned that one specifically. And I'm so blessed that I earned that offer, because I didn't want none of my offers to be given, and that one was definitely not given. I bust my butt for Ohio State, I bust my butt for Georgia, and I definitely bust my butt for Alabama. So I feel like that was truly a blessing for me, because I don't want nothing in life if it's given. I want to work for everything I get.
Christian, let's do this. Let's call it take the temperature. Let's take the temperature of Ohio State right now. Like, if you eventually wind up choosing Ohio State right now, what's going in your mind that you think maybe might be the biggest reason why?
They didn't do too much. They always kept it real. They always kept it real. That Coach J, man, that workout we had when I was in Columbus this summer, we looked at each other in the eyes, and I was ready to go. I still was ready to go. Like, that gauntlet he put me through, I didn't hold no excuses. I ain't do nothing. I was ready for everything that he was throwing my way. I was ready for it. I was ready for any obstacle. And he told me, he was like, I'm the first one to finish his gauntlet that he ever did. He said, I'm the first one. I ain't asking no breaks, no water breaks, no nothing. I was ready to go. We just had that connection. And that was actually my old D-line coach, my old head coach, Coach Patrick. That was his mentor. So everything that everything he taught Coach Pat taught me. So everything he teaching at Ohio State, if I was to go there, everything would be fast paced for me. I would know everything. I would pick up everything real fast, and I would just know the game real fast, and it'd be easy to pick it up and easy to learn. So
let's take that temperature for Georgia right now. If it becomes Georgia, if that's the choice on January the 8th, and folks, remember, he's going to make a decision on January the 8th. He's going to put a hat on, but he's not going to sign that dotted line until February, the first weekend of February. That's the way he wants to play it. Like he talks about things that he's earned. That's what he's earned. He's earned the right to make his own way with all this. So going back to that, Christian, if it becomes the Georgia Bulldogs, I know a lot of Georgia fans watch this show every week on Wednesday nights. What would be the reason why there?
If it became the Georgia Bulldogs, the momentum, you know, me and Coach Kirby, we talk every week. I'm probably gonna get on the phone with him tonight. You know, just the love that he showed my family, my mom, my dad. You know, I can't ask for nothing better than that. And just the way he treat his players. And Coach Scott, man, he a great coach. We just got that bond, we got that connection, man. He keep it real with me. He let me know what he don't like and what he like. He just keep it real. That's all I really want in my recruitment is to keep it real. And Coach Coop over there, you know, that's my dog. You know, that's my dog. We always kicking it, man, on the phone. When I go up there to UGA, we kicking it. That's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT. So, man, Coop, that's the GOAT, man. So Coop just shows so much love. So just the love up there, it's immaculate. And the way I get to come in and play with a lot of people that I done played with in my career, that'd be real fun. That'd be real fun.
Christian, it's Thanksgiving, so I want to give these people a treat. Maybe it's not as good as the yams on your family dinner plate, but Travion Scott has reached the point with a lot of players, yourself included, where he didn't even need to tell you anything. You don't even text you anything. Like he can just send you a video message, and he can just. I think. Can you give the people that? What does he do?
Young King, hey man. You need some alkalinity pumped up in your spirit. Hey, we got some Young King. We cooking up some stuff at Georgia. Young King. Hey, you got a lot of impurities in your spirit. We got to get it out, Young King. Yeah, you trill, boy. You trill. Come cook it up. Yeah, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let go. Let go. He should be saying, let go. Let go, see? Let's go, see? See, Mill, let's go.
And sometimes, Christian, he can just send you a message and just point that finger and shake that finger. That's all he has to do, right? And that's it. That's all he needs. Christian, and the same thing about Alabama. What has Alabama done to warm your heart right now this holiday season? How have they been able to jump right in there?
Man, boy, is there some dogs down there, boy. They just it's a business place, you know. It's a business place, but they still like family, you know. Between them walls, they still like family. And like I told you, I get to go down there and I get to, you know, they're gonna be losing some D linemen this year going to the draft, and I get to come in and come cook up with Coach Roach and go crazy with Coach Roach and get to work and get to learn the system and just get to be around great guys, you know. So that's an important thing.
Christian, have you thought about, I mean, it's probably after your senior season's all over, but are you going to figure it out before you go to Texas, or are you going to figure it out with officials in December? What's going to be the process there?
The day of.
Day of, huh? Wow.
The day of. I want my mind. Look, I want my mind to be focused on that day. I don't want to be thinking about none of that when I'm getting on the plane, because I'm trying to go down there and have fun, handle business, and fellowship. That's how I look at that All-American Bowl, is to have fun, work hard, learn some new things, and fellowship with them guys that's down there. And when that day come, I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna be mentally, and God gonna have me right for my decision. But I don't want to be focused on that until the day of. But I'm gonna know in my heart what fits right with me. But God gonna know that day what truly fits right for me, and I'm gonna know. And I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and I'm gonna go cook up.
Christian, what's the visit schedule like? You've always said Georgia would get the last official before the early signing period. Is that still the case? And where is Ohio State? They gonna get another visit? Is Alabama gonna get another visit? What's that look like for you?
I definitely will be going back to Alabama, and I definitely will be going back to Georgia, and I definitely will be going back to Ohio State, and I might take one somewhere else. Y'all never know. Might take one. So it's me. I might. Y'all never know. Y'all never know. So y'all just have to wait on that mystery one. Y'all see.
Awesome. Well, you got to take some midweek visits because I think you only got it 3 weekends until maybe 3 or 4 weekends until the dead period hits in, and you won't have any other visits once the early signing period hits, going all the way up to January the 8th. Of course, you could always take another one after January the 8th, and you'd have the whole month of January available to take those visits as well. Christian, hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed the energy. I didn't tell him to spice it up. This is just Christian Miller. I mean, he's going to have his own one of these shows these days. It's going to be Jimmy Kimmel. Maybe it's going to be Fat Chris 7 one day, man. I certainly hope that comes up for him. Christian Miller, we had something for you, but I guess he's too busy getting ready and beefed up and chewing on some turkey legs or something else right now. We were going to surprise you with a voice coming in to talk to you a little bit and just bring you something to think about on Thanksgiving, but I don't want to keep you. Your man's got homework. He said he's got to talk to Kirby Smart later in the day. But Christian Miller, folks, get at him. That's on Fat Chris 7 on Twitter. That's Fat Chris 7 on Instagram. He's got his own vlog. He's got his own YouTube channel. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that makes my job fun? That's that guy right there, Christian Miller. Got a big playoff game. The Saints are marching down to Cordele. Best of luck to you, Christian, and we'll catch you around the way.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Awesome. That is really good stuff. Christian Miller, like I said, man, nothing fake, nothing artificial sweeteners about that. Lots of energy, lots of everything going on. Guys, this is Before the Hedges is brought to you by Kroger. It live streams right now on Twitter, and it live streams on YouTube on the DawgNation homepage, on the DawgNation Facebook. I'm going to be surfing over to my phone to catch some questions for everybody as the show goes along. But right now, it's about time in our show. Everybody's getting warm and cozy for Thanksgiving and eating up a mess of food tomorrow. Speaking of eating up a mess of food, that's what Kroger's all about. Kroger has got you. We've got another special message from Kroger. Might be a little different than one you've seen in the past. Check it out right now.
All right, DawgNation, I've got Chef John here with Kroger. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take that tailgate to national championship standards. Chef John, we got some 3-star wing recipes. How do we take it to the next level?
Jeff, you've heard of buffalo wings, you've heard of barbecue wings. We're gonna take these to the next level. What we're gonna do is an orange garlic glazed wing.
All right, John, now normally my friends do not allow the color orange at the tailgate. Trusting you, man.
You're gonna love these. We're gonna get grilling right now. This is a garlic orange glazed wing. Made in marinade last night. It's with orange juice, brown sugar, garlic, salt and pepper, a little bit of butter, and some hot sauce. Absolutely fantastic. So I didn't bring my own container in the marinade. I brought it in a Ziploc bag. Why? So I don't have to worry about washing, but also it's quick and easy to dispose of it and nice and clean and sanitary. Wings hot off the grill.
All right, guys, been hearing some good intel about this one. You know what, dog fans? This is the type of orange you want at your tailgate. DawgNation, you just got a 5-star upgrade to your tailgate menu. Check out DawgNation.com all season long for tailgate tips and recipes brought to you by Kroger.
All right, guys, I think we're back. That was a fun little, we cooked that up with Chef John over the summer. Tailgate tips and everything else like that. You can find all that stuff on DawgNation.com as well. Got a good little vignette there with Connor Riley, my colleague Connor Riley, also Brandon Adams as well, the DawgNation Daily himself. Hope you guys got something out of that. That was kind of fun to do. Also, I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you're just joining us, we had, 15 minutes of good fun there with Christian Miller, the All-American defensive tackle out of Cedar Grove High School. Things to know about Christian Miller, All-American. He will make his decision known on January the 8th at the All-American Bowl. He will not sign during the early period, and he will not sign until the first week of February. You heard that? Alabama's a new challenger, Ohio State, Georgia. I mean, that was just an incredible impersonation there he had of Georgia defensive line coach Travion Scott. And it's funny, man, I've seen some of them. I've been around him. And sometimes Travion Scott doesn't even need to do a thing. He doesn't need to send a message and edit. You can send him a video message. He can just do that. And that lets him know that he's thinking about trying to find a way to get Christian Miller on his defensive line. Speaking of top targets, speaking of a guy like Christian Miller, he's, again, a mainstay on our top targets list. We got some shakeups this week. They kind of affect things that we're hearing and happening on the trail. Let's take a look at this week's edition of Top Targets right here and now. I think we've had some movement coming back and forth in a lot of areas. The one thing I want to make sure you guys know about is Shamar Stewart. We went back up to 10 names. Shamar Stewart he's a guy that will make his decision known, and really the bulk of his major recruiting will come in the month of January as he plans to sign in February. That's the 5-star linebacker, defensive end edge out of the class of 2022 out of Florida. Marvin Jones Jr., he's going to take his very penultimate official visit to Georgia on that December the 10th weekend. December the 10th weekend. That will be before the early signing period comes up. Christian Miller said he will take his last official visit to Georgia. It will take his official visit to Georgia before the early signing period. If he takes that one, that would be the one he would take there. Dropping down a few slots this week is Hero Canoe. That's the very talented All-American defensive tackle out of Santa Margarita. That's the young man from Munich, Germany, who we've been able to tell his story so in depth with a lot of information and detail over the past few months there on DawgNation.com. Number 7, this is a guy that took his official visit to Georgia this past weekend. He's current LSU commit, Demario Tolan out of Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando, Florida. Excuse me there. Georgia got his official visit this past weekend. Speaking of another guy that got his official visit to Georgia this past weekend, and this was a guy that kind of snuck up on a lot of people. Been hearing some chatter behind the scenes about Marquarius Squirrel White out of Clay Chalkville. Now, folks, his name really is Squirrel. He's committed to Tennessee. He's a 3-star, but he's down to Georgia and he's down to Tennessee. Doesn't need to take any more visits. He's averaging 24.5 yards per catch and 16 touchdowns so far as a senior during his senior season in Alabama 6A ball. He's about 5'10", about 160 pounds, 165 pounds, 10.6 speed in the 100 meters. He's about a 4'3", high 4'3", 4'4" guy in the 40-yard dash. Incredible quicks. He's one of those young men that's not so much the guy that could make an elephant miss in a phone booth, or he's more of the guy that can make one cut and go, the type of guy that can catch the ball, put one foot down, and be at full speed by that second step. Lightning quick young man right there. That's Squirrel White. He's introduced into the top targets list, coming all the way. Debuting at number 6. I'm trying to sound like Casey Kasem here a little bit. Making our top targets debut at number 6, it's Marquarius Squirrel White. Folks, he didn't even get the nickname Squirrel because he ran fast. What he did is his grandmother, when she was holding him as a little baby, his grandmother watched him looking outside in her garden at a squirrel. And whenever the squirrel moved his head or the squirrel moved, Marquarius would move. And that's where he got the name Squirrel from. Number 5 is Shone Williams. That's out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Came out of the high school program initially that produced Cedric Von Pron Granger to Georgia. He was also in town this weekend on his official visit. From all accounts, I've heard that went very, very well. Number 4 on the top targets list, that's the All-American offensive lineman Ernest Green III, EG3, the OG, out of Bellflower, California at St. John Bosco. Number 3 on our list, another guy coming in strong. That is the linebacker out of Faith Academy in Mobile, Alabama. Another big-time player from Alabama. That is Shamar James, a former Florida commitment. Number 2 on our list, needs no introduction. That was Fat Chris 7. That was Christian Miller right there as well. Number 2 on our list, the All-American defensive tackle out of Cedar Grove with a huge game on Friday night down in South Georgia in Cordele against Crisp County High School and his former high school coach. Miguel Patrick was at Cedar Grove last season, won a couple of state titles with Cedar Grove, and then he moved on, took a job down there in Crisp County as well. Number 1 on the list, the mainstay has been there for forever, 5-star safety man, Kamari Wilson out of IMG Academy. IMG Academy has wrapped up its senior season this year as well. So Kamari Wilson is done with playing football in his senior year for a powerhouse at IMG Academy. Some other things to speed through right now on our top targets list. kind of a normal elements is the names to know for 2022. You got Travis Hunter on there. You got Thomas Castellanos. That's the brilliant athlete out of Ware County. Travis Hunter, Nigel Kelly. There's a lot of noise about Travis Hunter. Let me just dial in there in a second, okay? He is. There's a lot of noise right now about Travis Hunter, and I put this stuff on forum.DawgNation.com this week. A lot of noise, a lot of predictions from other folks that do this business that cover recruiting for all the major sites that cover Georgia. Right now, I can't say that. I can't say that I'm expecting to see Travis Hunter in this class. I still got a lot of conflicting information there. I still take him at his word that he's Florida State through and through. But when I keep telling you guys that the door just won't close right there, that's about the best way that I can put it. The door just won't close there. Maybe it's opened up a little bit more with Georgia and Travis Hunter. I think if Georgia was able to pull off the flip here, that would be perhaps the greatest Kirby special of all time in terms of getting a recruit that was not likely headed to Georgia, but wound up going to Georgia. Jake Pope, that's another Alabama commit. Shaz Preston, it's another wide receiver to know. Evan Stewart, and then four-star defensive tackle Dayon Walker out of Cass Tech in Detroit, Michigan. Dayon Walker was also at Georgia. He's a big guy, about 6'5", about 350 pounds. Looks a lot in that kind of Jordan Davis mold, even if he doesn't have the agility and quicks and the bunny rabbit feet that Jordan Davis does. But nonetheless, he was a young man that was into Georgia on his official visit as well. Let me see. Other things to know about Georgia. Since the last time we had we got some decision timelines here to look at. Number one is the four-star OG. He is out of the class of 2023. I know it doesn't say there. It needs to say four-star junior OG Raquizi McElder. He's out of Anniston High School in Anniston, Alabama. He's going to make his decision on November the 30th of 2021. He had an all-SEC final group, which included Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina. I believe those were the schools. Now he's got a top six. Alabama, his in-state Crimson Tide recently just offered. So now he's got a top six. He visited Alabama this past weekend as well. Hero Canoe, much like Christian Miller, they're going to reveal their decisions on January the 8th as well. Another name to look at right there is January the 11th, five-star junior cornerback, A.J. Harris as well. We're breaking down the class. We're taking a look at the class right here. The recruiting breakdown. Things to know, there's 23 commitments right now. It now looks like you have 10 on the offensive side of the ball, 12 on the defensive side of the ball, one guy on special teams, 12 in-state, 11 out-of-state, so it's almost a 50-50 split there. There are now 3 five-star commits with the addition of Jaheim Singletary. Of course, we all got to call him Slim Singletary around these parts because that's what he's known as to folks that know him and regard him really well. There are now 6 top 50 commitments, 10 in the top 100, and 12 in the top 150. 21 of those commitments reside in the SEC footprint. Offensive players among the 12 highest rated commits, there are 3. That number just keeps shifting more and more on that teeter-totter towards the defensive side of the ball. Right now, 9 out of Georgia's top 12 highest rated commitments are on the defensive side of the ball. Take a look at this. These are our top targets for 2023. We've really dialed these in a lot over the last couple of weeks. We've extended it out to 13 names. Makari Vickers, that's a former high school teammate of Terrion Arnold at John Paul in Tallahassee. Got some really strong interest in Georgia. That's about the best way I can say that. Other schools involved are Florida, Florida State, Alabama. Trayon Webb, that's a guy you guys might remember that name. He's currently committed to Oklahoma, but he was a former Georgia commitment. He committed to Georgia at the Missouri game back in 2019, decommitted, and then committed to Oklahoma. Trayon Webb was at Georgia this past weekend for the Charleston Southern game on an unofficial visit. I found that very intriguing. Santana Fleming, that's another one of those quick, impressive fleet-footed slot receivers. 5-star cornerback Tony Mitchell. We'll show you a good picture of him, a good glimpse of him in a little bit during our online chatter. Tony Mitchell was in Athens again for the Charleston Southern game on an unofficial visit. There is the aforementioned Raquizi McElderry out of Anniston High School. Big, huge offensive lineman. They call him the Rock in the class of 2023. There's Reuben Owens, the factor back, the big play back out of Texas, coming in number 8. Number 7 is LT Overton, Milton High School. Still think it would be very hard for him to reclassify into the 2022 class, like there was some chatter about him the last couple of weeks. Number 6 moves up a little bit. Justice Haynes, number 5, Jonel Aguero. Had some news about him recently on the DawgNation forum.dawgnation.com. Jonel Aguero, I don't think he's ready to make his decision public just as of yet. A lot of people were wondering if there was some type of big decision coming from Jonel Aguero. I think he's still a little bit outside of that. Another name that moves up this week, I hope you guys are noticing this. The guy name that moves up this week is Arch Manning. He's now number 4 on this list, from Isidore Newman in New Orleans, Louisiana. Number 3, they call him Suntarine Perkins, a brilliant linebacker. Plays wide receiver. He kicks for Raleigh High School in Raleigh, Mississippi. He's a linebacker, really tight with Nakobe Dean. Could Georgia pull another All-American top 70 overall prospect to play linebacker out of the Magnolia State? Really, he's down to Georgia and Ole Miss already. Really impressed with that young man. Number 2 on the list is the 5-star cornerback, A.J. Harris. Drop him down to number 2 on this list because I just think that's going to be a tough recruitment for any school to win, including Georgia. You've seen him visiting UNC and Auburn recently. He also has a high echelon group of schools like Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Georgia as well. It's going to be a very tough recruitment for anybody that tries to bring in A.J. Harris. Number 1 on the list, he's actually a 5-star. I think sometimes when we control V, we forget to note that 4-star edge Malik Bryant is actually a 5-star edge. Malik Bryant, a 5-star linebacker out of IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. He is a very, very impressive outside linebacker. Calls Georgia home. Restock positions to think about there is Malik Bryant is your new number 1 for the class of 2023. You've got offensive tackle, wide receiver, running back, cornerback, and outside linebacker. You guys are seeing on your screens right now this tweet from Squirrel Right from Alu Ba. That's the offensive guard, future offensive guard prospect that's committed to Georgia. That was the flip from Florida State. One thing to notice, I want to make sure I drop this into our Before the Hedges show this week. This increases the number now. With Jaheim Singletary, a former Ohio State commitment, now committed to Georgia, Jaheim Singletary becomes the 7th member of this class that was once committed to another school. Look at this. We just mentioned Malik Bryant right here. Malik Bryant is the 5-star linebacker. Georgia has made his top 10 schools for the class of 2023. He just dropped a top 10 as well. Another guy that's really recruiting hard for the class, look at this guy right here, Raymond Cottrell. That's the wide receiver who just recently flipped from Florida. He is a guy that he was in Georgia this past weekend. He took some pictures. You see him right there with Tony Mitchell as well. Very impressive guy right there. Already recruiting very hard for Georgia on the trail. Interesting how he's been able to really work for Georgia quickly after flipping from Florida. We've got a couple things to look at here. I think another one we're going to show you on the list right here is something from Christian Miller. We have a tweet here from Christian Miller. Let me see if I can pull that one up here, which one it's referring to. No, Christian wasn't one of our guys this week. That's right. Keeping it moving on now. Next down the list, we've got Tony Mitchell. Look at him right here. He had the red on red look right here. He visited Georgia. He had a picture day the following day. Look at him. They weren't in the 300 level. They were in like the 100 level. But look at him with the red helmet, the red jersey, and the red pants. Let's have a quick Before the Hedges family gathering here, family moment here. I'm going to scan over to Facebook, and I'm going to scan over to YouTube as well. Folks, tell me what you think. Do you like that red on red? How does everybody feel about that? I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, recruiting, Turkey Day, everything else like that. What does everybody can't wait to eat? I want to know, what do you guys think about the red on red? You guys like that look? Does that need to become something that Georgia has for every home game? Please let me know what you feel about that in the comment section below. Munkin's headset. Look at that right there. Munkin's headset, Kirby visor. Munkin's headset. Yeah, Cottrell is going ham on Instagram as well. Very, very hard for this class. We've got some guys. Munkin's headset, very acknowledgeable that, very acknowledging the fact that Cottrell and everybody's getting after it as well. Let me see what else we got for you right now. Let's take a look at this one right here. I want you to see this because this is the DeMario Tolan, tweet. Hey, really enjoyed my official visit. Here's something that happens sometimes now. You guys all know about the Silver Dogs, and this is the first shout out on Hedges that I'm going to give the Silver Dogs, and it was really overdue because look at this one right here. The Silver Dog, Sharon Davis, been doing that about 4 or 5 years now. I think I got some intel a little bit on the Silver Dogs. They enjoyed meeting you last weekend. It was our absolute pleasure to welcome you to Athens. I hope you had lots of fun. And we don't have the tweet here, but he tweeted back at the Silver Dogs, and he said that their presence on campus made his visit more enjoyable, made him feel more at home. I thought that was really cool for the young man to make that sort of special acknowledgement right there. It seems like YouTube really likes the red on red on red. I wonder what everybody's thinking there on Yeah, so I got it in my ear about the Silver Dogs. So the Silver Dogs are that's a group. They got the idea when they went to 2017 for the Notre Dame game. Notre Dame had a group of older alums, where basically retired alums. They were in their silver years, let's say, and they were acted as hosts. acted as hosts and ambassadors for everybody on campus. And somebody was trying to find the bookstore, if somebody was trying to find a bathroom, if somebody was trying to find gate 6 or gate 4 or where section 112 are, they were really good hosts, and they made everybody feel very comfortable. But they made you feel very comfortable, like your favorite aunt or your wonderful beloved grandma would do on a game day. Kind of took a little bit of the hectic got to get there, got to do this hubbub and rush out of a game day. So that's who the Silver Dogs are there. If you guys don't know who Silver Dogs are, that's what your Silver Dogs are all about. Keeping up that list, continuing to go through that list right there. Let me see. Jaheim Singletary, let's make sure we include his tweet as well. He is committed to the University of Georgia. They call him Slim as well. Very cool there how Slim Singletary. That's funny, when I saw him continuing to visit Georgia, and that was a guy that I guess I kind of, going all the way back to February, March, April, was a guy that I thought that I was kind of hearing behind the scenes that had a really strong shot, not only to decommit from Ohio State, but also eventually end up in the Georgia class. Seems like this November is going to finish in a flurry with a lot of excitement for Georgia, both on and off the field and also on the recruiting trail. There's also the tweet, I think you guys have seen it before, about DeMario Tolan as well. A couple other things I wanted to show you, and these both involve kind of deja vu moments for me, because I remember 3 years ago, Nakobe Dean was on an undefeated team that rarely gave up. I think in only one game his senior year, they gave up more than 21 points in just one game. 14 out of 15 games, they were undefeated. And Nakobe Dean won the high school Butkus Award. And you see him now in his junior season at Georgia. He is a Butkus Award finalist as well. Should rightfully win that award, very deserving of that award. But here's a deja vu part 2 moment for me as you see the same things there. Look at this tweet from Curtis Walker here. That's Jalen Walker's father. Jalen Walker is also a finalist for the Butkus Award as well. You guys remember Jalen, such an impressive young man, future team captain material. He's up for the Butkus this week. And, that guy, you speak about guys going hard on IG and social media for Georgia in this class. That's another guy that is very, very, very much relentless as well. Jalen Walker is a guy that really likes Georgia. Look at this tweet he had. He shared it on Instagram. He shared it on social media about going into the office the next day. He's with the Dogs. I thought that was really cool. Very, very, very interesting stuff right there. So let's see. We also got to show this tweet right here. It's another one. Humphrey is continuing to work relentlessly on the trail for the Bulldogs. That was Julian Humphrey, the big guy out of out of Houston, Texas, and Clear Lake High School in Houston, Texas. Pretty much relentless. Pretty much going like Barry Allen or Wally West on the recruiting trail from Georgia. And if you know what I mean by that, if you know, you really know. But guys speeding along, using that blitzkrieg speed to get in the faces of everyone about the latest and the greatest, everything about the University of Georgia. He had a tweet today, I think, about a clean sweep for Georgia. And then he was also hinting here about a 5-star linebacker, question mark. Maybe not so much a question mark for him, but an exclamation point. of a 5-star linebacker with that smirk that he's working on a 5-star linebacker he feels good about adding to the class as well. And that's Julian Humphrey as well. A couple tweets there from I want to show you from Tony Mitchell. You saw the red on red on red earlier. This one from Tony Mitchell, I believe, it's a tweet with him responding to the best defensive class in the nation with Julian Humphrey talking about Kamari Wilson and the possibility of Georgia adding Kamari Wilson to the class. And then Tony's got a little response there. He quote tweets it as well by simply saying, "Can I join?" I think you're looking at your screens right now. You see the 5-star linebacker with the smirk there from Julian Humphrey. And then the one about Tony Mitchell wanting to potentially join the class as well. Very, very cool stuff there. Those are your tweets. That's your online chatter. Hope you guys have enjoyed the program. Let me jump on YouTube really quick. Yeah, Jermaine King really likes it as well. May I join tweet as well? What we see, we've got people talking about Florida. Rhett Dallas, you're talking about Kamari Wilson, the heat-seeking missile, not Kamari Lassiter. I'm sure that's a slip up there, but Kamari is already a big viable part of this Georgia football program right there. Everybody's asking about transfer portal. I think is there going to come a point where we need to show, like, it's before the hedges? Well, maybe inside the portal. That's where we discuss a lot of things. You hear rumors about guys like Tank Bigsby, Zach Evans, Elias Ricks. Elias Ricks is now in the portal. That's official. He has put his name in there. He's down to USC, hometown, Alabama. There are conflicting reports there about Alabama, about whether or not from a couple of sites, a couple of message boards about whether he's even a take. Elias Ricks is even a take for Alabama as well. Georgia's in his final group, and Ohio State. I believe, if I recall correctly, Ohio State was actually his number 2 choice when he was coming out of high school in California. That's the long anticipated chance at Georgia perhaps becoming a package deal way back in the 2022 cycle of Georgia adding Elias Ricks and Kendall Milton. Those guys knew each other well when they were both growing up as All-American football players coming out of the state of California. Catching a lot of questions here as well. Yeah, Kirby's Advisor, I see on YouTube, makes a pretty good point. Wants to know that could this be the best DB class ever at Georgia, or maybe in all of college football? Well, Visor, it's certainly going to be the best DB class ever at Georgia. Boggles my mind to think about the type of DB talent that Georgia brought to bear in the 2018 national championship game, which was really maybe some of the upper tier players in Georgia that signed in the 2015, 2016 type class or whatever. And now Georgia's got some of the best players in the country dotted all over that secondary as well to pair up with that great defensive front and that great front seven and everything else. Greg Rosenberg has a question: with all these DBs coming in, what happens to Lavoisier? Carroll DB experiment? Does he go back to running back? No, I think Lavoisier is going to be a permanent corner back there. I think that's the better fit, permanent corner. Permanent type defensive back athlete as well, rolling through a lot of stuff there as well. Guys, it is Wednesday night. It is Thanksgiving Eve. Before we say goodbye on Before the Hedges, brought to you by Kroger tonight, I want to do one thing. I want everybody here to say the one thing that you're most thankful for right now. And we don't have to get hokey or sappy about world peace or, vaccines or the reopening of America or the fact you have to be at football games right now. What's the one thing you're most thankful for on this Georgia football team? I'd like to know what everybody's most thankful for about this season so far and this team and how they've performed up to expectations. I think this is going to be, for me, I'll start. This is the realization and the intersection of recruiting, on-field production, and then NFL potential. I think there's going to be maybe 7 to 11 guys that will be drafted off this Georgia football team in the first 4 rounds of the NFL draft, which would be basically something that sells itself for this program if you can combine that development and also combine that with the fact that they're the number 1 team in the land and playing like the greatest Georgia football team of my lifetime and perhaps everybody else's lifetime as well. While you're at that as well, give me the one thing that if you have to go back to the dinner table for seconds tomorrow, What are you going to go back for and have seconds for at the dinner table? I would say for me, there's always a lot of good stuff. But for me, usually ends up something on the sweet side, which it would be, we have a local shop vendor in my area of Woodstock, Georgia, that's just famous for just cranking out the pies. I think they probably sold 1 million pies over the last 2 weeks or whatever. I know because I had to wait in line for them as well. But talk about an affinity pie, a big Thanksgiving type pie. That's one of the things I guess I would have to go back for as well. Not a huge fan of turkey. I guess you would count me in the group that doesn't really like all those turkey staples. That it's kind of like everybody else enjoys or whatever. Now, there's a couple things I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not so anti butterball or anything else like that. But that's my view on things, guys. It has been Before the Hedges. I can't wait to see that. P. Rich has some red velvet cake with some ice cream. Scott Boland says dressing. Sacred Grove is thankful that Georgia punished all these rivals, mainly Florida. Jermaine King has to have his mac and cheese. Munkin's headset likes him some dressing. Rhett Dallas has a good point. He says the fact that the fan base can complain about Daniels or Bennett, when the biggest thing that Georgia fans can complain about is 2 good quarterbacks, the DawgNation is doing okay. That's what I think so as well, man. That's some really good stuff. Jerry Dogs, if Jerry Dogs fan is all about ham. Christy likes the brotherhood. The Sacred Grove is really happy for that leaked halftime speech from Kirby Smart as well. Jermaine King, he wants to know that this is the last live show of the DawgNation week. That is correct. The next live show you will see will probably be after some clean old-fashioned hate on Saturday. Speaking of everything, another thing I'm thankful for is each and every one of y'all. I'm thankful for a great guest that I can call on a Thanksgiving Eve, and he can be a part of our show and bring so many smiles, bring so much energy and joy to our program. And Christian Miller, very thankful to have a chance to cover a kid like that, his recruitment in his high school career, and maybe going on forward as a college player as well. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving from the bottom of my heart, from my family to everyone in your family is out there. Thanks so much for joining us again on another edition of Before the Hedges, live on Wednesday nights. It is a Wednesday staple here on DawgNation. I've certainly enjoyed another chance to chat with you guys. I hope you guys did too. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Check you out later. Don't go too crazy Black Friday on everybody. Remember, it'll all be there. You can all find it online. Have yourself a great weekend and a great slow down and look across the tables at all your families and cherish those timelines as well. All the people and all the loved ones we get to gather around with for another Thanksgiving. Very thankful for that. Guys, I'm going to catch you later. See everybody again on the pages of DawgNation.com.